welcome to the Chronicles of Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. I am Jen.
Amanda.
Kathleen. And Haley. You can say your own name, sorry.
Haley.
There we go. We're the team behind Yarnia, and we're a podcast all about knitting, crocheting, fiber stuff, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yay. So if you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back.
Yay.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. And Kathleen pointed out last time, I think like after
we were done,
was up and we were all done, that we never said what episode it was.
Right.
Last time, not that, I don't know, that was like 2 weeks ago. It was so
It was 2 weeks ago.
If you know what it is this time, they can just subtract one.
That's true.
Do we have a guess this time?
I shouldn't be able to know this. I think it's 102.
My guess is 103.
God damn it.
Haley guessed right.
Well, you were guessing for last time.
There we go. I'm guessing for last time.
Yeah, we totally forgot about it last time.
No, it's because basically something is 2 weeks ago and it's completely out of my brain. Sorry.
And also, if we seem a tad off today, which maybe we might be or we might not be, we're recording in the afternoon.
Yeah,
we're used to doing this. We're used to doing this in the morning, and
I just sat at the DMV for 2 hours. So
that's right. That's right.
Poor Amanda.
So, yeah, not fun. Never a fun thing.
To get the aggression out.
Oh,
It's
literally so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my real ID.
Nice.
Right. So now I guess I can fly on a plane
without your passport.
Made purchase.
Yes, which I always have with me.
I know.
So whatever.
Whatever.
But anyway, so I got my real ID, but they have appointments. So you make an appointment, and when you go and make an appointment, people see you when your appointment is.
Normal.
But that's not
in the real world, right? In the rest of the world.
The New Jersey DMV, you need to show up at your appointment time, and then they see you an hour and a half to 2 hours later.
That's crazy.
Which totally makes sense. That's great. So anyway,
good times.
Low blood sugar because my appointment was 11:15, so I left at 10:45.
Yeah.
And then now I'm an hour late for this and have no lunch.
Oh
no.
Sorry.
You have snacks in the basement.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to power through
snacks.
and get a chai latte or something after this.
Yeah, you'll need caffeine and sugar. Totally.
And then I'll go up and crash.
I know.
I do that too, like just up
totally,
and crash.
You're like, wee! And then you're like, I'm going to bed at 6. Okay. Sorry.
I know.
Done.
Usually I'm definitely
Done for the day.
on the caffeine buzz when we do this. Like it's definitely, I'm well into my second cup of coffee and feeling that caffeine buzz. This is after lunch, exactly. And so I have a little bit of an after lunch slump.
It's nap time. Right, it's nap time.
Haley still indulges in nap time now and then.
Oh my god, I can't nap.
Now and then.
I've never been a good napper. I've never been a good
always
napper.
been a terrible. Like there are videos of me at like 2, like really like, or even younger pre-verbal, where I am just a mess. Like going down for a nap, getting up for a nap, any of these things, it's just a nightmare.
No. Oh my. No. So I don't sleep enough. People are like, how do you get done everything you get done? It's like, because I don't sleep enough.
Mm-hmm.
So a normal night's sleep is 6 hours. I very frequently get 4.5.
Oh my god. That's a lot.
I
Not
very
a lot.
frequently get 5, but I feel it when I do that. I usually do 6.
Yeah, so
6 is good. 6 is nice.
So there will be times where I'm like in a meeting and I'm like, I'm going to lose it. I'm so tired. Like I'm going to fall asleep in this very boring meeting that you guys are making me sit through. So 15 minutes, if I sleep, it's like, I don't know, is it melatonin that makes you feel tired?
Yeah.
It like resets the melatonin and I can get up and work.
They say that power napping and stuff. Like,
I'm all over that. 15 minutes.
My mind is too hard to quiet my mind down to actually take a nap. I think that's one reason I've never been good at napping.
It takes so long.
And if I don't sleep for at least 6 hours, I'm useless. So, I know, I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I woke up after 6 hours, of sleep
No
last
promises
night.
I'm useful now. It's just facts.
I woke up after 6 hours. I went to bed at 1 last night. I got up at 7 without, no alarm or anything. And I tried to go back to sleep, and I could not go back to sleep. And then every now and then I'd hear Anna do her little bark thing, being like, please, take pity on me, feed me breakfast.
I'm so hungry.
But she got an extra treat this morning because I rested another hour. I rested until 8, and then I got out of bed.
Nice.
See, mine is never
Little
rest.
baggy.
Mine is I'm working till 1 and then get up
And
at
then you
5:30.
Wake up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wake up early.
I'm not good at the waking up early.
Yeah.
7 is pretty good for me.
I like my sleep. I like my sleep. I need it. Otherwise, I will lose my damn.
Oh, I'm going to the spa on Saturday.
Nice.
Nice. I was like, that's a good going on around town.
I know. No, so my partner had two gift certificates or gift cards or whatever that he's like, oh, I need to find, like, organize these to use them. I'm like, you organize your gift cards? Boy, do I have a project for you.
Yeah.
So my, like,
Here's a shoebox.
quart-sized Ziploc bag
Oh, nice.
of gift cards. I'm like, what do I do with these?
Figure it out.
Yeah, no, like, they're all in a spreadsheet now.
Oh,
wow.
And, yeah, he's like, you have
gosh.
2 gift cards to the Woodhouse Spa.
They're great. I love Woodhouse Spa.
So
Where's
now
that?
I've got, like, 3
Church Street
services
or
scheduled for Saturday morning.
nice.
I'll be there from
Fantastic.
8:30 to 12:30.
beautiful.
You're like, I
What?
think I will take my sweet time coming home.
Oh, I have had those gift cards for at least 8-10 years.
Yeah, they don't.
No,
all-
I'm serious.
They
That's
don't
a-
expire.
oh,
they don't.
The ones
don't
they
expire.
donated to an auction that I won did expire.
Did they?
In
No.
like 6
Well,
months.
I think like
That
auction
was-
ones do,
That
but like
was
if,
not nice.
yeah.
He called them,
Mhm.
checked if they were still valid.
Mhm.
Wow.
I know. Like for the whole pack of gift cards.
I have a bunch I can hand him and be like, "Hi,
Oh.
figure this out."
We went to
You should offer that as a service.
Yeah,
Really?
seriously. We went
Yeah.
to Target last night to get favors for Eric's birthday, the last of my 3 birthdays in a row.
Woo.
So his birthday party's on Friday, and I needed like goodie bag things, so we went to
Mhm.
Target, and we applied like all the rest of the gift cards. So
Nice.
it went from
I
like
love it when
100
I
and something
use
to
that.
$28.
And you're like,
Yep,
yeah,
so nice.
What? I'm
Use
sure
those
some of
gift
those were
cards.
baby gift cards.
But you know what? It's worth it. It got
Yes.
used. It got used on a child.
That was a great
Yeah.
afternoon on a Saturday project. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
if it's too hot to go outside,
There,
find your gift
yourself to
cards,
Target.
organize them,
gonna say.
found money.
The weather's
Totally.
kicking back up into like you can tell it's June.
Oh,
It was sticky yesterday. It was really not
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, it was
humidity
gross
is back.
yesterday, and then this
But
morning.
today was beautiful again. It was
Today
so
was nice. We had Ollie did his 3rd grade wax museum where he was
Yeah.
Steve Jobs this morning.
wait, so they like still? What do they do?
No, they have like a trifold behind them that's like they read a biography about a person. They pick a person. They read a biography about them. And then they do like this trifold display and a timeline of their life. And then they all have these, they come and they dress up as the person. They have these little buttons that say, press here for Steve Jobs.
Really?
Like, press. And then they're like,
They say their
hi,
spiel.
I'm Steve Jobs. Without me, blah, 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 blah. I loved
so
the end
fun.
of Ollie's because Steve Jobs had pancreatic cancer and decided to treat it with diet. And so Ollie's like last line
Lord.
is like, my stubbornness was one of the reasons that I was so successful in life, but it also caused my demise. And I was like,
You're
yes.
always saying that.
Yeah, I know. And then he was being a pill yesterday, so I was like, oh, it's almost like your stubbornness might cause your own demise. And he's like, don't use my words against me. And I was like, I'm saying. So yeah, so they all give like a little speech, and like they do it.
So
like
fun.
the entire school comes out. And all
Aw.
the parents are there. It is
That's super
the
cute.
best day. It's so cute.
I like that.
It was
And you don't
awesome.
have to like sit through a whole presentation because you just get to walk around.
You
and
walk
sit.
around and you're like,
It's
hey, you
interactive.
look awesome. And there were, they had the 3 hidden figure scientists, Katherine Johnson, and the
Nice.
others, like in a row. I think there were 2 Muhammad Alis, so they were on separate sides.
I was going to say,
There were-
they make sure that everyone's,
They're
there aren't
trying-
too many duplicates,
Yes,
right?
they try to have like, there were 3 Steve Jobs,
wow.
1 per class,
Uh-huh,
basically.
Uh-huh.
Like, so there were 3 classes. So they scattered them around. There were a couple of Princess
That
Dies.
must have been a good.
They put one
biography.
Princess Di next to Queen Elizabeth. Like, it was very cute. There were 2 Cleopatras.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was only 1 Tutankhamun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really cute. There was like a Millard Fillmore where I'm like,
Oh,
That's
all right.
random.
That
you're
is
choosing, and
Not even
cut.
Grover Cleveland,
cut.
whose birthplace is down the
yes,
road, right?
but like the Millard Fillmore was also was like, why am I an important president? Because I was terrible. And I was like, that's awesome.
That's an
We did the
interesting
Compromise
take,
of
right?
1850.
That's a very
Yeah.
It's like, I allowed slavery to proliferate. And I was like, well done. I
Yeah.
was like,
Educational.
yeah.
Very educational.
It's very cute.
I was like, which one was Fillmore? I remember a lot of
Yeah.
President's
Yeah.
Oh
Men.
my God, I was
I'm
like,
not
I don't
good with
remember.
that.
He's in the line of unforgettable ones.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
There was no Stan Lee this year. There's usually a Stan Lee, which is hilarious because they're always like, Excelsior! And I'm like, oh, you're adorable. Little nerd. Yeah, it's basically like, if you want to see any of who the kids picked, just look at the list of Who Was books
Oh,
that are out there.
Oh, yes.
Because they are very clearly.
Very non.
Max was David Bowie before there was a Who Was David Bowie.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he dressed up as the Goblin King, Jaren.
Oh, that's a
from,
good one.
Yeah, it was.
It's a fun costume.
I appreciated Ollie's choice of Steve Jobs, not the least of which, because I was like, your costume is so easy, thank you.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Sorry.
Jeans
It's close.
and a black t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Turtleneck.
Turtleneck, exactly.
He also wore a long sleeve t-shirt. Ollie was like, I am not wearing a turtleneck in June. And I said, yeah, no. He lived in California. He didn't wear a turtleneck every single day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He may have. I don't really
It
care.
just made it.
That's generally what I wear.
Yeah.
In the winter
I
anyway,
was
fall
like-
and winter.
I'm like, I'm sure he wore that in the winter, but I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
Granted, it was Northern California, so maybe it was a turtleneck. I don't
Speaking
know.
of what we're wearing, I'm wearing.
Yes.
Yes.
hair.
Let's get into that.
Yeah, let's talk
Which
about.
is a little spicy for
You want to start? You start. Start with what you're wearing.
It's super cute though.
Oh, I am wearing my Flower Buds by Astrid Troland. Styled with a little skirt.
It's
Yeah,
love
that was great
it.
with that. Colors are perfect.
It's
Yeah.
so cute.
It definitely picks up the
So this is my summertime styling with this.
brand.
And it is it actually is longer, so I was wearing it with jeans earlier or leggings, but it looks great tucked into a skirt as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's an
really
easy
cute.
way to like style your sweaters. If you want something a little higher waisted, just tuck it in. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is again Flower Buds by Astrid Troland. I knit it. It was from Lina magazine number 8. And knit with La Bien-Aimée, cashmerino held together with the mohair silk.
Nice.
It's the reverse word, mohair silk instead
Yes.
of like throw in a silk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why I always say it wrong.
Yeah, we all do. Well, remember, even Amy said she should have called it silk mohair.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
It differentiates in the register, so I appreciate
It's
it.
true. It does.
Mhm.
It does. So that's DK weight?
I think I knit it on a 5.
That's
so,
cute.
yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much.
And actually, we just
Pretty nice.
got in, since we last spoke with you, we just got in a little fill-in order from La Bien-Aimée, and we now have those yarns
Yes.
back. So if you are itching to make
Jasper.
exactly what Amanda has, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
exactly what Jen may show us later. I don't know. I don't know what's in your whip bag.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't bring that
It
much
was
today either.
upstairs, and I could only grab the stuff that was
Yeah.
downstairs.
But if you're, what was that one? What's that one called again? I'm
Um,
not doing the class, so I keep forgetting.
Ernest Flashy Lipstick?
Mm.
The Subaki.
Subaki
The
pullover.
Subaki pullover,
Yeah.
which I did am doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it aside, really. And Amy's Flashy Lipstick in both the mohair silk and super soft.
And I know we had a few people who loved the look of it and ordered
it's
yarn for that.
pretty.
So
Yeah.
if there are a few more of you who want to do that, the yarn is now available.
Yeah,
You can-
it's a really
Yes,
pretty hot
wow.
pink. It'd be gorgeous.
Yeah.
I am not wearing a hand knit today because I was outside at the playground wandering around pressing buttons for the wax museum.
Uh-huh.
So
Fun.
sweating my little butt off. What are you wearing?
I am wearing my Ranunculus in Juniper Moon Zoe. So
Excellent.
Is that the
Black
remix one?
no, this is my true Ranunculus.
OG.
My OG Ranunculus.
OG Ranunculus?
Which this is the second one that I made, and it is exactly the same as the first one that I made, except for the color. And one thing that I do differently is I do a little bit of ribbing on the sleeves. Like that's one of the things that I vary from the pattern. Which
What is it
in the
called?
black
Like
you can't see. You just bind it off.
Oh no!
When you
I
put
don't
your-
know nuts.
Yeah, they kind of flare out a little bit if
Yeah.
you do it that way, and whatever. I
It's
just
a cute look.
a little bit of ribbing is, yeah, it's not my style. So
Yeah. Yeah, not your jam.
I feel like we're going from warmer to cooler in
Yeah.
the garments.
True.
Yeah.
And then we have Haley,
Haley.
who is not wearing something handmade either, but it
No.
is knitted.
It
is-
is,
it is- it is commercially knitted.
Commercially knitted.
I have my
Cute little
folklore
crop
sweater, my folklore cardigan, but it is warm for that. I do have. There will be a handmade, hand yarned object worn on Saturday, the 17th, in Forest Hills.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put in 4 Boy Genius.
For what?
Very
Genius concert.
Phoebe Bridgers, Lucy Dacus, Julian Baker's band.
That's amazing.
They're going to be in Forest Hills on Saturday. I'm going.
Nice.
And
And
gonna
I'm
make
gonna
s-
wear.
top.
I'm gonna wear a top I will be making.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
maybe,
it's
but I did
Tuesday.
find- it's
just
Tuesday.
FYI.
But I did find another one that I may just like finish off. Like I may like add a couple like straps to one that was like in.
Oh, that you had
progress.
started.
Okay.
Okay.
That
Right.
might be more.
You
So
might hit
that's why it's like you'll see which one ends up being.
Well, yeah, we'll see where you are on Friday, and I'll send Amanda a picture, or
Yes.
you can send Amanda a picture,
That sounds good.
because there is a to come sweater.
top.
Top.
Tank
Sorry.
top.
Top.
Not
Top.
sweater.
Not a
Yeah,
sweater.
sorry. I tend to call anything out of like yarn.
So do
That's a
I.
top, a sweater.
And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
a sleeveless sweater. And they're
Yeah.
like, that's not a sweater. I'm
It's a
like,
top.
yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Should we dive into finished objects?
Sure.
I got nothing. I'm real easy this week. I have nothing. Did I? Yeah, because I showed my Sophie
Yeah.
You did,
Yeah,
you
I
did,
showed
which
my Sophie.
inspired
That
me
was
to
the most
modify
recent
mine. Actually, yeah,
finish
yeah.
anything.
Mhm.
Everything else is like a mix of things. So
I definitely want to finish my robe before
I
I
have
do
one.
anything.
I have something that I cast on today and finished today.
all right, then you got to
Wow.
go because you were at the
What
DMV
could
for
that
an
be,
hour and a
Amanda?
half.
What is that?
What is that? It's a panda.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Oh my god.
You need
So
to
cute.
bring him up.
So I started this
Oh
at
my god.
11,
DMV?
11 in the morning. No, 10 in the morning. I
Oh
started him
my
at
God.
10.
So
Pew,
cute.
pew.
Oh my gosh.
There he
Yes,
is.
we did just do a Mochi Mochi restock recently.
Yes, we do.
hence the appearance of the
Beep, beep,
panda.
beep, beep, beep. He is so cute, right?
Oh my god.
little thingy.
So I know, and I would have finished the second one at the DMV, but I only took 2 needles because I thought I finished the body of the panda and
It's
all
so
of-
cute.
He's
It's
all
like
of
a
his
little
face from like 10 to 10:30,
Mm-hmm.
and then I left for the DMV at 10:40, so I would be on time for my appointment because it would be really disrespectful to not meet somebody at the appointed time. Anyway. So all I did was I was like, they might make me wait a few moments, so I'll bring the black and 2 needles so I can make the little eye-cord for the arms and legs.
Mhm.
Oh.
There we go.
So I've made some eye-cord for the arms and legs. Still hasn't been called. And in my bag, I had a tapestry needle, so I went ahead and
Tap.
finished him.
He's
Mhm.
done. He's
Nice.
fully
Yeah.
birthed.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
And then I made 2 more eye-cord arms and legs
In
for
preparation
yes.
for
So
his
now-
brethren.
Now I
you
don't
just have
to do it.
disembodied
Yes. But
arms and legs in the back.
Oh my god.
yes.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, but I'll fold this properly. But yeah, I got one of these little Mochi Mochi kits because my partner's nickname is Chad Panda. I don't know
Oh.
why. If you're a hasher now, you know. Fine.
Gamer
Anyway.
tag, yeah.
So I got this. It makes 3 pandas. I'm sure it probably makes more. But anyway, it makes at least 3. And that's
At least, yeah, because when I made the bees, I made 2 or 3 bees. per
Right.
Shade.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And that uses more yarn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so 3 pandas. I have 1 done. I have arms and legs for 1 more. But I,
Little arm and leg
Yeah.
going on there, right?
that,
With
see,
your 2 needles.
you get your these little,
Yarn
what do you
wrap
call
on
Bobbins.
bobbins.
Bobbins,
Mhm.
yeah, of white and black yarn and plenty of stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's plenty of
Yeah.
that's plenty of stuffing.
stuffing.
Anyway, and then I have now in here my 2 needles, size 1s, and a tapestry needle and a little yarn cutter, and that's what I
Mhm.
use to make my dude.
Fun.
Plus 2 more needles that are at home.
The other thing I think is so fun about those kits is once you've done it, once you have the pattern, do it in a different weight yarn.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you can have them in all. I love
That's
that.
true.
You can make a
Love it.
mama,
make, like, a
daddy,
squishy one.
baby.
Yeah.
I could totally make a whole.
You can make like a
family.
little
just a little.
panda family.
We did that with the
Panda
chickens.
fam.
Didn't we make multiple sizes of the chickens?
We didn't
Back in the
actually
day.
make multiple sizes.
No, keep going. I just had a thought off my head.
I know we're like,
Oh, we made a lot of different colors of the chicken.
Yeah, for black.
No, we don't have
wrote
any
on
white
red
chili
and all of that.
Ooh, a
Oh,
big
that would be so
chunky,
fun if we had the
super
big.
full.
Yeah.
We don't have
Well,
the
you
white
could
one.
hold the.
No, we
have
do. There's
plenty
there's a couple in the basement.
Are there?
There are.
big
They
chunk of
were
panda.
in the display before we changed the display.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
do.
maybe I'll-
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Big
Yes.
chunk of
Oh my
panda.
god, definitely.
Okay, panda.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so these mochi, super fun. Like, literally, I would have finished it in less than an hour.
Yeah.
The
They're
hardest
so fun.
part
It's probably
was
like
the start.
30
That's
stitches,
most
though.
fun.
Yeah. Is it like a pinhole start?
No, actually, it's really smart. She has you like start with an I cord almost. Like,
Smart.
Yep.
She's clever.
yes, it's not too.
Not too hard.
No, not
pinholes-
hard at all.
Pinhole starts are a pain in them.
Not hard at all. I'll caveat. I'm a prolific sock knitter, so knitting in the round-on ones is like my jam.
Yeah.
So
You're fine.
yes.
True.
Cute.
Oh,
Super
good.
cute.
Yeah, a lot of people. We do have customers that ask, like, I just learned to knit. Is this for me?
Yeah, it's not
No.
It's
not a great
fiddly.
second project.
It's fiddly, yeah. It's
Fiddly.
very fast, right?
It's
Like,
small.
Yeah, but if you've only ever worked on 15s before or even 8s,
It's an
you may
interest.
want to do another couple of projects.
Oh,
before
where
you
do we go?
Oh no!
Oh, did he just jump?
He jumped. Jumper panda.
Like, no!
So
How dare you
We all
make a
saw
larger
that
one
before
of
we
me?
did.
that's the extent of my finished objects. That's
I love
literally all I did. Just cast on, lines off.
Hey, it's one more than I got. You're good. All right, who's next? Who's
I got one.
Yeah, you got one.
And it was one that I was working on last time.
Yes.
It is the Lazy Night Shift.
Nice.
Which, of course, there is not really a pattern called the Lazy Night Shift. This is our kind of name for
The night shift. Modified.
making a night shift out of 2 balls of yarn. So
This is
Lazy
two?
because it's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Nice. What a good size.
So this is one. The background is Haunui, which is undyed Noro sheep wool,
It's sheep.
and one skein of Bachi, which not Bachi. What was it?
Viola.
Viola?
Ito. It was Ito. So we put together these kits during Wool Walk, and then we put some, and we almost sold out of our Ito. So then we started putting it together with Viola as the
Yeah,
accent.
okay.
And we've sold a bunch of those too. There are still there are 9 here in the store. Kim put some more together yesterday. But, I finally finished this. So this is going to be left in the store now. And you basically follow the night shift pattern, except you use one color as your background all the way through, one color as your accent all the way through,
And easy peasy.
easy peasy, which is why we call it lazy. And then I did also though, I got to some parts where there were some kind of weird colors. With this Nora yarn, you literally pull it apart,
Yeah.
spit splice it, and keep going.
Yeah.
So, and then I could tell when I was I think I had done 8 repeats of what I call the single dots and the double dots.
Yep.
Of your mosaic knitting. I could tell that I was not going to have enough of the background to do another whole repeat. So what I did was I changed which was my background, which was my foreground.
Cute.
So I used the accent, and I really like it. I think it
I like
actually.
it. It's a nice.
It's a
Do you
nice
want to
border.
bring it up to show it a little closer?
It's a really nice detail.
Thank you, Haley. Yeah, I think it actually, it's one of those things. I tried it. I said, let's see how this looks, and I think it actually really adds something. I think it's fun. So that is
Here's the
Lazy Night Shift.
last,
And when I
the
finished,
end.
I had a foot of the Haunui left.
Oh,
Nice.
And also, I was prepared to just because that is the solid color. That's the tan, whatever.
Yeah.
I had plenty of my color changing one left. So what I could have done for the I-cord, which is the very last thing that you do, the I-cord edging, I could have just done a light and a dark. So the I-cord is the very last thing that you do. And I wasn't 100% sure I was going to have enough of the light color for it. But if I didn't, I was going to do some more spit splicing and just separate out the lights and the darks of my accent.
Yeah.
And then, contrast them. Because I feel like it does have that contrast of light and dark all the way around. So it would be nice to finish with that. Honestly, given that this is, we end with the darker color, I think it also could have been fine to just have an I-cord border with the
Yeah,
darker
you could
color.
just do like an I-cord border
Just play
on
with
one
it.
side.
Play with it and do whatever you want. So anyway, that is the Lazy Night Shift.
I love it.
You know what? That would be a great present for the holidays to start now.
Yes.
And knock out in the summer.
Yeah, and honestly, I did this in so little time because I
Right.
started this before
Yeah.
Wool Walk. I did 3 or 4 repeats in the week before Wool Walk. It sat here during Wool Walk as, you know, like just to let people know generally what the idea was. And then I think I finished it within the next 2 weeks within the last 2 weeks while working on other things.
Nice.
This wasn't the only thing I worked on. Yeah. So once you do, if you haven't done a night shift before, so highly recommend it.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's just
fun.
I did one. I loved it. It was so fun.
And also some people say, oh my God, it's so many changes, so many this and that. You really get to, you really don't need to refer to the pattern after a while, I feel like. If you can read your knitting, you do need to be able to read your knitting, but it also can be a great way to learn to read your knitting more.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Use it like as a tool. Because you're always alternating what you're starting with. So if you started with, A last time, you start with B next time.
Yeah.
And so on.
And I think it's very forgiving of mistakes, right? So if you're off and you're like,
oh, exactly.
oh no, I did 2 extra repeats of the double dots.
No one is going to know. No
Yes.
one.
Okay.
And if they do, you can say, hey, you got the award. You noticed that I've got an extra repeat.
Like good counting.
It's a design feature for my project.
That's right.
Making the
That's right.
pattern.
Yeah, and I don't even know if I said that. What I decided to do with this, because I had a feeling I wasn't going to have enough yarn for a full repeat, even with this modified version, for the multi as the background. I just did the double dots.
Yep.
I didn't even do the single and double. And I did 1 extra row of background between.
I like that extra row.
I think you needed to separate it a little bit.
It gives you a little bit of a line that you need
Mm-hmm.
to really kind of be like.
So I did need to play with the numbers a little bit, but that's part of what we said about like reading your knitting and everything. Yeah. And honestly, even if it wasn't perfect, no one is going to know.
No one would know.
No one will know. So after the last time we talked about this, we had a few people asking about kits. Mm-hmm. Basically, these are kind of like do-it-yourself kits. We do have some assembled here in the store. If you're nearby, feel free to drop in. I also know, like on the weekend, a couple people I think bought them and like changed out which background they were using with which foreground. Haunui, just go pick a skein of Haunui. We have like 3 colors left. That they are on sale at 30% off. Viola is what we're now recommending for the accent. Those are
15?
those are on sale in the store. They will be on sale on the website by the time
they are.
Did you put them on sale on the website too?
Somebody ordered one and it was on sale.
I guess it is then.
Ooh.
The mysteries of what flows through from the in-store to the website are very mysterious sometimes.
Or what Amanda does and forgot she did. That also.
Maybe that's what it was. So yeah, so basically, and you do need to get your own copy of the pattern, but so many people have it already. So anyway, enough talking about that, but obviously I loved it and we've had so many people buying it. We just know people are excited about it. Yeah. Super fun and easy way to do this pattern.
I want to see someone do it in the pink Viola really bad.
I know.
Yes.
And pink and brown looks so good. I mean, it really is such a nice combo.
Together.
It always makes me think of the chocolate pack.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. There was a mom in town who owned a chocolate store who I was friends with her. Haley was friends with her daughter, and their colors were pink and brown. It was great. Really nice branding for a chocolate store. Yeah. Nice. So, Haley, you have finished objects, which is one reason she came today. I'm like, Haley, you gotta finish objects. Show it off.
Me in a minute, but we have another.
Oh,
sliding is fun. Who's surprised? Who's surprised?
Yay! And I'm moving your ends.
And we can share.
Yeah, this side you can kind of see.
Yeah, you can really see that.
Do you have your labels with you by any chance?
This is such a good pattern.
Whoops. It is.
Yeah.
So when did you do this in, Haley?
It is.
Oh, wait.
That's true, yeah.
She's bringing him over.
Oh.
It's Cumulus.
Mm-hmm.
Cumulus regular.
Solid.
And Goldenrod.
Mm-hmm.
Cumulus dappled in Cape Town.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what they look like in the skeins.
Yeah.
And that's it knit up. And we couldn't tell that this was actually slightly gradiented.
Yeah, it's got kind of stripes in it.
Yeah,
It
I
really,
thought it would be like more variegated than that.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I like it though.
So we definitely learned something by Haley doing this, because we've got our original sliding is fun, which is the way the pattern is written is one solid and then a gradient all the way through. But it's so
this
fun.
Is like
it
a
is
dappley gradient.
the best little stroller blanket.
This is such
it's cotton,
perfect
good for summer babies.
Yes, definitely, and knits up really fast because it's all knitting, no curling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good pattern.
That's a really good one.
It's one of those patterns where you see it done and you're like, okay, and then you do like the first 2 rows repeats. And then you're like, okay, I got it.
Okay,
you're like, I don't
really
quite understand. That could just be me. The way knitting goes, I'm like,
Not.
I'll
believe
suspend disbelief. We'll see what happens.
You did it. Can I do it? I don't know. But
Very
I've
nice.
done 2 now, and they're very
Yes.
satisfying.
Mhm.
And I love working with the cumulus. It's so
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, good summer yarn.
So
Actually,
that's my
Can I give this to you off my lap because it's making me hot?
That is my
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
really is like the perfect kind of like stroller blanket size. Like,
I just remembered I forgot my parking. I'm just gonna start it.
start it.
Cross my fingers. Cross your
Um,
fingers. I didn't get it.
Yeah,
Crush
really.
fingers.
No tickets, no tickets.
Does anybody else have the finished object?
I do not. I was happy to have one.
I know. I'm like, I got nothing. All right, so let's move on to what's on the needles.
Sure.
Who wants? Amanda's doing her
Why don't
parking.
we go? Oh, that's right. So do you want to tell us
I'll
what you've
start.
got
I'm
on
doing
the
sure.
Parking.
You're like you're doing your parking.
That's my in progress.
Her in progress is parking.
in progress right now.
And I was gonna say and a panda. All right, do you want to go now?
I'm gonna finish a row.
Okay, you're gonna finish your so I'll go. I am working on the oh my god, I just blanked on the name. Tulsa tank in
Oh my
the
goodness.
blue sky cotton, and this one
Nice.
is plum dusk. I am
Otherwise known as grape stomp.
it's otherwise
Exactly,
grape- It's
that's-
exactly the same
yep.
color as grape stomp in
the sweater.
sweater.
Spud and Chloe's, or
And this
blue
formerly
sweater.
Spud and Chloe sweater,
Yeah.
currently Blue Sky. So I am doing mine in the round for a couple of reasons. One, I don't feel like Pearly. 2, I also I'm making this for my mom, and so because I am unsure about exactly how long she's going to want it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I need to adjust the length, it'll be easier for me to adjust the length by doing it in the round because I can always snip a stitch, unpick it, and then knit the ribbon down again, right? So that would be harder to do seamed. That said, I do think that this tank needs the structure.
Mm-hmm.
In a worsted weight cotton, I think it needs the structure of seaming. So what I'm doing is I threw a purl stitch in. So the way I converted it in the round is I took the number to cast on for the front, the number to cast on for the back, and I subtracted 2 of the selvage stitches.
Because there was one on each side.
There's
of the front
one
and
on
the
each
back.
side. So there's a total of 4 selvage stitches as written in the pattern. 2 on the front, 2 on the back.
Yeah.
I subtracted 2 of them, so I just have 1 selvage stitch at one side seam, and I have 1 selvage stitch at the other side seam. And those stitches are purled, and at the very end, once I'm 100% sure about the length, I am going to do a mattress stitch on either side of that purl stitch and seam
That's
it
so
up to
clever.
create a seam.
So clever.
So it has the structure of seaming, it has the ease of knitting it in the round, and it also has the adaptability. And also, like, even if I mattress stitch it before I give it to my mom and she's like, oh, it's too long, it's too short, it's really easy to take mattress stitch out. You just pull it out. Right?
Yep.
So, yeah. So I am past the ribbing. I am past the increases. And it's basically, how long is it going to be? She wants it to about here. So I've got probably about 3 more inches to go. But it works up so quickly.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
I got a lot done on this the last couple of days. Like, at Worldwide Knit and Public Day, I was still working on the ribbing.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
That was Saturday.
that was
was
Saturday.
Saturday.
That was like 3 days ago. Yeah.
And so, yeah, then I finished the 5, I think mine is 5 inches of ribbing because I was like, oh my God, I'm not doing another half inch.
I did 5 inches as well.
I was like,
just
it looks
wanted to-
fine.
I just wanted to change the proportions a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm working on that, and I really like the blue sky cotton. It's really it's nice to work with, and I don't always love working with cotton.
Mm-hmm.
That said, my next one is not yet a whip, but a beginning of a swatch in Zoe. This is, can't remember which color. Zoe? Gray. It's still gray. Zoe.
Yeah,
I have
so
this
green. Maybe?
left over
Maybe.
from something. Oh, I think my mom's.
Your anchor?
No, my anchor was the linen, the damask. This is
Mhm.
from a couple of years ago. My mom's, is it cobblestone? What was the sweater I did that had
I
the lace on the
forget.
bottom?
Yeah.
It's in the Alicia Plummer sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am going to be doing a ranunculus.
Nice. Yay.
Well,
Yes.
you're joining the bandwagon.
I'm joining the bandwagon. Well, this has been earmarked for that for a while. But I have to really look at your modifications to see what you did. Because that's the one thing with the Ranunculus. Like, one of the reasons I put it off for so long is that when it first came out, it was like, it's one size and you can adapt it. And I'd be like, that strikes me as lazy pattern writing. I don't think it is lazy pattern writing based on how she did it. But, like, my first inclination is to always be like, you typed up your notes.
The new improved version is so far in the other direction.
I know.
So much information now, right?
Well,
it's
that's
amazing.
the thing. I'm like,
so I
think
yeah,
there's
I
so
totally
much. But like, that's when it first came. Like,
right,
first
exactly.
came out.
Which a lot of people
Right?
needed at that point. I mean, there were like, I don't even know how many thousand on Ravelry based on the original pattern.
Right. And I'm like, it's super cute. So, that's why I've come around.
Yay.
I've changed my mind. And so now I just have to make some decisions about what it is that I want. I think I'll do the same thing where I'll do like ribbing.
Yeah, like an inch of ribbing
like
after.
Just a little bit right after dividing. And I'm going to look at your notes because you're so good about doing that.
I'm pretty good about
So
notes. We'll have to.
out.
If they're not in this one, they're in the gold one. Because like I said, I really did. The gold one was the one where I took measurements and whatever, and I was happy with it. So I'm like, I'll make that again in black.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yay.
Excellent. So that's going to be my next one. And then I've also decided I've been committing now because I wrote a draft of it, the email, but I haven't sent it out. But decided on the summer sweater class, which is going to be the Waitha tee by, hold on.
Someone.
I'll just put it sliding in over here so you can see what it looks like.
Waitha by Jessica McDonald.
That's right, you said that earlier.
So it's a fingering weight drapey tee with a lace border and a V-neck.
It's really cute. It's the one I was rooting for.
Yeah, Kathleen was like, I like that one.
I like that one the best.
It's written for fingering weight, but I also think it's going to be adaptable to. It's written for a fine fingering weight.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be pretty easily adaptable to multiple different gauges within the fingering to maybe
light sport range. Like maybe summer solstice.
I think summer solstice.
That's what I want.
Summer solstice to mask. Those are those are the two like light sport weights. Summer solstice is plant based, viscose cotton something, linen maybe.
It's got linen too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then damask. I did my anchor tee at a fingering weight gauge in the damask, and that turned out great.
It did. It's such a good one. Yeah.
And damask is technically like sport to DK, but like that sucker can knit fine.
Totally.
So look for that coming up. It's on Zoom. It's on Sundays. I don't remember what the dates are right now because I haven't decided them. But it'll show up in the newsletter or online or whatever.
Well, hopefully, maybe we'll even have it. We should have it set up by the time this comes out. We probably can, right? Figure out the dates and then we can give you a link. So if you want to sign up, you can sign
There'll be a link below.
Because also, one of those things, we love being able to meet some of our podcast watchers and everything. Jen has taught quite a few in her various classes, but you'll need to get your yarn. So we're not. Jen's not going to be starting it in June. It'll be into July.
It'll be into July
and that will give you time to decide if you want to do it, to pick your yarn, for you to buy your yarn, and then we ship it to you and swatch. Yes, exactly. Following up on our last episode, and swatch. I really want to finish my.
I did not swatch for my panda.
Even I would not swatch for a panda.
I would not swatch for the panda.
I didn't swatch for any of my chickens, of the many chickens. I mean, we should give Amanda pictures of the chickens.
Yeah, we'll take it. That was my Ravelry
chickens.
profile picture for a while.
That's right, it was.
The chicken on his face. He fell down.
And my favorite one was called the Brave Chicken. I don't know why I thought that was so funny, but it was like a brave chicken.
You can't imagine a chicken is so brave. They're very cute.
All right, I am actually writing this down. Chicken pics. Will I know what that means later? We will find out.
This is the question.
A boneless, skinless chicken breast. Picture.
Hopefully not. I said chicken pics.
A nice roast chicken from Marcel.
Chicken pics mochi. I should be able, and I think I could read that. Can you read that?
I can't read that.
It looks like chicken pics mochi.
It says she share pics Monday.
Oh boy.
Oh, good luck to all of us.
So, I got a few more stitches here. I kind of feel like I should go because I'm also doing a Tulsa, and I'll show you what's
we should do the Tulsa group.
different about the way I'm doing it than the way Jen's doing it. Actually, Haley, if you want to grab out.
I can discuss. We were going to do a cast-on party, and then...
Oh, true. Then we had the crazy,
breathable.
terrible air quality. It was really, I mean, everything was yellow
bad.
and then orange and then
I don't know.
many
I have a
people.
picture. I was in New York that day, the city, and it was terrible. It was hazy in the second level down on the subway.
Oh,
that's scary, basically.
When you cross the street, it just like blew in your face. It was stinging in your face.
My eyes were burning by the middle of the afternoon. It was
basically the air looked like the iced tea.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Like for real, like with that level of clarity.
Like
as
you
well.
couldn't see.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That was on Wednesday in the evening, and it cleared up by the evening a little bit.
It did, very, very late it did, but a lot of people called during the afternoon and said, "You're not having knit night, are you?" I'm like, "Well, I'm here." You know, it's like and so we had about half as many. Exactly, we had the air purifier running, not the air conditioner, so it wasn't bringing new air in. We were kind of trying to keep what we had in here as clean as possible.
Nice and clean.
So we had a handful of people, either cast on or working on it, and we are going to be, more people will be doing it this week as well.
Oh, our thoughts to folks in Canada that are dealing
Oh,
with
I know.
gosh, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I kept saying. It's like, as bad as it is
So
here,
hard.
I can't even imagine what it's like up in Quebec. It's just, it was crazy. So my Tulsa tank, I am doing it in the color Bay Leaf, which we are sold out of. I think like 2 or 3 other people bought it in this color.
So pretty.
And we did a second order super quickly because, it's such a cute design.
Yeah.
A lot of people jumped on board and were doing the knit along and everything. And it took a little while to get that second box, but by the time we got the second box, more things had gone back out of stock at Blue Sky. I think it's been popular not just with us, but with lots of stores who are participating.
It's a great tank.
It is.
It'll be
really
it's
cute.
a popular pattern right now that you'll be walking down the street and see someone be like, I know what pattern.
And you'd be like, I know.
I like your Tulsa.
I see you.
I like your Tulsa. So it's funny, I am actually doing this as written in pieces, which normally I wouldn't do.
Yes.
For me. Most of the time I do things in the round. But I also know sometimes when I've got a lot of stitches and I'm just knitting around and around, my gauge gets even looser. So I was trying to avoid that. And even when I swatched, I didn't, I felt like my tension was pretty even on the knit and purl side. I wasn't rowing out. That's the other reason that I typically like to work in the round with a plant fiber, because it's so easy to have your purl stitches be longer.
Yeah.
Just because of the motion. But, so I did it in 2 pieces. I kind of did it. I've really done it as written, except I am making it a little bit longer. Did it as written, except.
I did it as written. Except.
It sounds like you, Jen, right?
I know. I did this exactly as written, but I totally rewrote it for the page.
Oh, and this is so weird. You know what I realized when I was putting this in? And it's not quite an accurate number. This is my 500th project in Ravelry. Isn't that insane?
That's
but
insane.
On one hand, like my squares for my blanket, or like each of those is a project.
But each of those is a project.
I think so. When you're doing multiples of them, especially. And then on the other hand, I had like
the French panda
sets of 10 pussy hats as projects.
Yeah.
Each set of 10 was another project. It probably balanced out in the long run. It's
a round.
So I do like to document things, I guess, is what that means. I like to be able to look back. I shortened the ribbing a little bit on this, and I'm lengthening the body, consequently lengthening the body a little bit. I'm also lengthening it all over a little bit because it hits kind of like at belt level. Yeah. And I just would like it a little bit longer than that. Yeah. I mean, same with the ranunculus. Like, this is meant to be really cropped, but mine is, for me, it's high hip. It's not like full hip. It doesn't look like a tunic, which I also don't love. But, so this is going to be a little bit longer. And I dropped the neck a little bit, because I also don't like things really high. So
I like it.
Thank you. I'm really happy with it. So I finished my entire front. I did a little trick that I showed folks at Worldwide Knitting in Public, or at last Wednesday, and then also at Knitting in Public Day. When I cast off for my sleeves, I just ran a piece of crochet cotton. You want to bring it up and show it? At that level, so that it's easy to measure, because in this kind of sweater, it tells you, work the right side or the left side until it's X inches from your armhole.
Yeah.
And, you know, your armhole on this actually, it goes in quite a bit. It's like 20 stitches, basically, for my size from where you start casting it off.
Yeah.
So by running that across, it makes it so easy to measure up. And then I did the same thing up at the top.
Oh, smart.
Okay, yeah, where after I finished my decreases, so that I could make sure that my decreases for my sleeves for the front and back match.
Yep.
And then it also just made it easier to measure from there. Like I knew how many inches this was from the armhole to where I stopped my decreases. And that just helped me as I was like finalizing how high I wanted them to go. Mm-hmm. So this was like 6 inches and that's like another 2.5 inches or whatever it is. So, so this has gone really quickly. So I'm cruising along on the back now and I'm within... I also counted my rows with this. That was something somebody else... The yarn, you know, it's worsted, but it's almost like a heavy worsted, actually. Yeah. It really... It's not dense, but it's considered worsted.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. It's organic cotton.
Worsted. What the package says, right? It's on the tin. But I know on the front I had 48 rows to my armholes. So I marked my increases... and then I marked how many, that was like, 20 rows or something, or 28 rows. I've got another 20 rows. Nice. So I just threw a marker in, because the stitches are big enough that it's easy enough to count, to know when I'm getting there. Because I hate when I'm tempted to measure all the time.
I know, and I feel like every time I measure, I get a slightly different... I mean, because half the time I'm measuring around, I'm like, let me just follow up and see what it is. Or like, let me measure in my knee. When, like, really, I need to, like...
On the arm of the couch.
Put it on the table, smooth it out, use the good measuring tape, and not just, wing it by knowing, like... My phone is 5.5 inches long.
Yes. That is such a useful measuring device.
It is a very useful measuring device.
It really is, yep.
So and have I looked up, I'd be like,
4,
what
6,
is the
8,
I would really
10,
my model phone?
14.
Apple would just put on the back what the dimension are, blub inches, but centimeters.
Or a phone case that was a ruler.
That would be useful.
Yes, that's very useful.
That would be useful. 6
more rolls to armholes if I'm at the same gauge. So,
nice.
So I'm going to keep working on that. But, so that is my Tulsa tank. And definitely so fun. If you start anytime soon, you will totally finish this. You'll with plenty of time to wear it this summer.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's a good transitional to fall.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
Like, wear it as a layer. You could absolutely wear it in September and October.
Yeah. And that's what Lisa was saying, too. She was thinking about wearing it with a white shirt under it.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yep. That would be super cute.
So with the purchase of the yarn from us, or, if there's a store local to you that's doing it, and they're participating with Blue Sky, you get the pattern for free, which is so nice. Who doesn't like a free pattern? Yeah, and it's just fun. It's always fun to be working on the same thing with a bunch of people.
Yeah, you can see all the different ways that people are doing things.
For sure.
Do you have any more whips?
I do. I have, I tried to be really conservative today and not bring 7 million things. So, I have my reworked Sophie shawl in Knitted Wit Summer Slubbin'. So, remember when last time I was, I had it and I showed it, I'm like, this looks kind of loose. And then I compared it to yours that you had finished. I'm like, oh yeah, it's way too sloppy. So I just frogged it and I redid it. And it's just done at a little bit tighter gauge now. And I'm so much happier with it.
Such a fun texture yarn.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It is. It's really fun.
So something in that.
I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep it or I'm going to give it away. I do like it.
I think it's a good thing to go and accent kind of like your wardrobe and your palette, because it's got these little pops of
the gold and everything
gold in there.
And there's even some brown. I'm actually getting more into brown.
Like it actually looks really good with your top.
It does.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
Really does.
Hold it up.
Thank you. I think you just convinced me, Amanda. Yeah, that looks good together. Very nice.
Cute.
That's another way to wear it into October, right?
Yeah.
Wear it with something warm around your neck. So anyway, this is my, like, in the background, carry around with me when I don't want to be carrying something big project. But, if you don't bring your knitting on those rare occasions, you wind up having half hour to kill. And you're stuck at the DMV or anywhere else.
Panda arms.
So that is it from me for In Progress.
Panda-ppendeges.
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 Panda-ppendeges. There's your title for today. Panda-ppendeges.
Oh my goodness.
I kind of like Jumpin' Panda. That's what I had as my name. Jumpin' Panda.
All right, who's next? Or wait, do you have any more?
No, I just brought the 2.
All right. Who's next?
I have one.
Okay, let's talk your one.
And then a whip to be.
Okay.
But I actually already talked about the top, so
Yeah.
Well, you can
that's
show
just
the
gonna be
yarn.
a surprise.
You can show the yarn if
I'll
you
show
want.
the yarn that's wound.
That you may or may not use at this point.
Yeah.
Okay,
That might be it.
I'll do
Might
that
not.
first since that's quick. It's actually moss themed.
So pretty.
Ah.
I had it in my
Pretty.
stash, so I would hold them double, so it would be not
Uh-huh.
fingering,
Okay.
and it would be crocheting. So like it's doable,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
Totally.
can totally do
Yeah.
it.
Totally.
but
And you're fast.
I think I'm just gonna rework the top that's already the top. The fabric is made. I just have to like make it wearable.
Okay.
As opposed
Is it
to-
the semicircle
Yes.
one? Okay.
It's a
I
good,
almost
like,
asked you
concert
if
top,
you were
you know,
going
it's
to
a good
wear that
festival.
today. Yes, the
I
festival
put
look.
it on. I actually put it on,
That's so funny.
and then I was like, I can't wear this right now,
But I could work on
maybe
that for Saturday.
maybe I
Or who knows?
fix the straps.
If you
and
get
then-
started with this, though, you could maybe have 2 tops then.
Emotionally, I think I'm committed to the
To the
Committed
other
to
one.
the
one
other.
that's already made.
Oh, well.
Just because like.
Well,
I
then you
also
actually
have
get to wear
pack.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Haley does have to pack. She's not going to be with us after this for a little while
She won't be
because,
with us.
well, she'll be.
I will be across the ocean
She will.
Ooh.
in France and then London.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Very
Nice.
fun.
So you'll be getting pictures.
Yay.
All right. Yes. Definitely
Oh,
send us
Send me
some.
videos. Send
Oh
me
my gosh!
travel
I
blogs.
just
Yes.
Ashley
Especially if you're
and
knitting
I
anywhere.
Will vlog for sure.
Knitting
No,
travel
yeah.
blog.
I could do. Well, we have to decide what socks yarn. I'm gonna pretty much just bring sock yarn.
Yeah.
To make it portable. But like last time I was on a plane, I did like half a sock
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I also watched the full like feature movies because we were on the tarmac for the full length of Despicable Me 3.
That's
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
And then we
That's
took off,
really long.
and then I watched, and then it was to California.
Oh, that was going to
so,
California. Yeah.
So
yeah.
then I watched Tick Tick Boom and what's the other one? Into the Wild, the one that Eddie Vedder did the soundtrack
Yeah.
for.
Oh yeah.
I watched Amsterdam on my last flight, which was
Oh.
spectacular.
It was.
It was so
it got
good.
really bad reviews.
I thought it was great. Why did it get bad reviews? I didn't know
Director's
that.
a bad person.
Okay.
That's why.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see it, but
I didn't know the director. I looked
Yeah.
on and I was like, huh. And
Taylor was in
Taylor
it.
Swift's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I
And they
didn't know
killed
that.
her.
Ooh, Haley, spoilers.
Spoiler.
No,
I
it's
did
at
have
the
it in
beginning.
the first 10 minutes.
beginning.
You're like, it
Okay.
opens.
So
It-
she's
it-
in it for the first 10 minutes.
She's- Yeah,
She's not. Is she not in it after that, or okay?
they killed her.
Well, sometimes it's flashbacks.
Sometimes there are flashbacks.
Sometimes there are a lot of
Sometimes it's,
flashbacks.
You know,
It-
an evil twin.
Her
who
rate was
knows?
too high, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
probably.
under the 10 minutes.
Where she's like, I'm good for 5.
She was practicing for the tour.
There we go. What's your other?
So that was the yarn, and then here's the fun stuff. Where is it? Okay, so I'm making a jelly roll blanket
Oh,
because I
fun.
have been collecting like minis and like fingering and sock scraps. So, but I'm making it
Isn't that fun?
portable. So I'm just doing all the strips independently, and then going to crochet them together at the end.
Isn't that so fun? Instead of trying to knit them
Sounds
together.
like a
Because
good
then-
idea.
Then it can just
So cute. Can we unroll your jelly roll?
here. Wait, I'll do it in front of the camera.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't deny the like sound.
That's true.
true.
And this is a sparkly set. This was from one of the princess things from.
It
Yarn
was,
Cafe
yes, an
Creations,
advent.
Right.
So, so see if you recognize any of these from past projects, because a lot of them were socks.
Fun.
That's a good way to do a scrap blanket.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so squishy too.
And
It's
just make it
so it's held
portable
double
and
in
just-
garter, and it's just very nice and satisfying and squishy.
I love
And
it.
Mhm.
it's DK. I'm doing it on a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And so traditionally with this pattern, you do your first strip and then you join your second
As
strip
you
to
go,
your
which-
first and work.
Also makes
But
it
makes
nice
it-
and convenient if it's a stay at your house
Right.
project.
Right.
Yeah, that's
But-
springtime at Yarnia.
With this one,
Uh
I
huh.
started it with Springtime at Yarnia. It was right after I finished the hat.
Uh huh.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, it looks so pretty. So I love though your idea about how to make it portable, to make the strips, and
Yeah.
then because you are an expert crocheter as well as knitter, crocheting them together,
Yeah.
easy peasy. And even if you're not an expert crocheter, it's totally doable. If
Yeah.
you're, if you can,
Handle
if you know your way around a crochet hook at all, Haley did a private lesson with somebody yesterday morning. It was so fun.
Yes, she was chaining right away. She got it. She
Wow.
did some single crochets.
Oh, Abby picked up crochet this weekend.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
She's making a bag with, actually, here, I'll pause. I'll show you what she's making a bag with. Right, so Abby is crocheting with Ella Ray Denim DK
So cute.
and Zoe held double.
That must be
Oh my
so
God.
pretty. Oh
I
my
bet
goodness.
that's
It's
so
so
pretty.
So I'll put a picture in here of what she's doing so far.
Great.
I had her and Eric were here at the store helping me as my junior helpers this weekend. They are very
In
helpful.
public day.
Yeah. And we forgot to take out the Girl Scout cookies during World Wide Knit in Public Day. She sold them on Sunday. We only have like 7
Few
boxes
boxes
left.
And people bought some on Monday too.
Yay!
Yeah,
So-
we're working them down.
We're trying to get rid of those last do-si-dos. If you would like a do-si-do in your order, just write it on the bottom. We'll throw it in the box.
Include the
Charge
cookies.
PayPal and throw it in a box. But anyway, yeah. So she was here, and
Oh, that's gonna be so.
I make
I love those
I make
colors
the kids
together.
practice their knit and crochet.
I
when they're
love
here.
it.
Yeah.
10 minutes a day.
She took out her crochet, and she was like, I don't have any project right now because the yarn that she was knitting with was some stuff that she was gifted from a friend, and it was like, I'm like, you can't not knit with Yarnia yarn when you're in the shop. So she's like, fine, Mom, well, then I need new yarn. Doesn't this sound
Whoa.
like... Right. Okay, so we got here, and she picked out these. She started crocheting, and she's like, I love this. Mom, did you know this is so relaxing? And I'm like,
See above. See above.
really, Abigail?
I had no idea.
I know. So she actually crocheted like this much
Oh my
of
god.
a bag.
That's so cute.
Yeah, she's just
Awesome.
gonna do like, a square,
Some panels,
another
yeah.
panel, and then seam them
I
together.
love it.
Nice.
Yeah, and make a little summer tote. So anyway, yeah, she's working with the Zoe and Denim DK, which I thought was a really
That's a
fun.
good
I love
combo.
that.
The
That's
colors are so
adorable.
pretty together too.
Yeah, I think she's on a J hook,
Mm-hmm.
doing those together. So, yeah.
So cute.
I had to give her a little bit of a lesson on like where's your top chain when you've got
Yeah.
like the 4 strands, but
It's hard.
it took her. No, it's not that hard. It took her like 2 seconds. She figured
You know, partly I feel like some people see it and some people don't. Some people pick up right away, like Haley's student for the other day.
Yeah.
It's just some people. It just takes them a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, Abby, even with her bad eyesight,
Aw.
figured it out. Thank goodness. So that's Abby's whip. I'll put a picture in.
Yeah.
My crochet whip is I'm working on Delilah, one of my Hooked on Granny squares, and I laid out all my squares this week. I'm beyond the halfway point of finished
Yay!
squares. So this was part of conference call crochet this week. And we have the date set for the last 2 Hooked on
Yay!
Grannies crochet along. So for all of you who are joining us in the crochet along for Hooked on Grannies, the next to last one, which is Charmaine, we did have an April and a May square, and that was supposed to be it, but my life was too busy in April and May, so we just shifted that to June and July. So now June's square is Charmaine, and that meetup is on the calendar. We're only doing Zoom, not in store. In the evening on Sunday, that's tomorrow when you're watching this. And then July, the last square is Heather, and that is the Sunday after Bastille Day. So whatever.
Something around the 21st or something.
Or maybe it's the 14th-ish. Anyway, 16th,
That is
16th-ish, 17th. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
14th is Bastille Day.
Within
14th
7 days
is Bastille
of
Day.
that.
Right. So, yes, it's the Sunday after that. That's how my memory works. So this is like 4 rows from the end.
It is the 16th. Is that Sunday?
That's Beth's
Just-
birthday.
FYI.
So, that's my oldest daughter's birthday. And
That's right.
Yeah.
That's Will's birthday too.
Mm.
Yeah.
and what else? Yeah. Oh, I'll put a picture in. Or I have already. I've laid out all my squares. So I
Yes.
think I'm doing 25. And I think I have 14 done. 13 or
Nice.
14 done. This is 15. I have 16 and 17 started.
Okay.
18, 19, 20, and 21 are for June and July. 22 is the center square, which I have to pick another one.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just got 2 more random squares from some months that I only started one for some reason, and I'm not sure why.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation. I got to figure that out. So, but it's not from the first 4 or 5 months because all of those I finished.
Nice.
So,
And then how are you going to join them? What are you...
I'm going to follow her pattern, which I don't remember how she does it. I got to investigate. TBD.
Mm-hmm.
That's my August project.
All right.
The joining.
Yeah.
The joining
Like
in.
a
We're not
nice
going to have another
celebratory.
one on that because we're all a little bit,
Everybody's at different paces.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Not everybody will be there yet. We might have, maybe for Bastille, we'll have virtual champagne toast.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
To finishing off our Hooked on Grannies, which has
Very
been super
French.
fun.
Yeah.
And
I actually loved the border. That was one part
Yeah.
that, like, I thought her border pattern for it was really, really fun.
yeah.
I, picked a bunch of different things from it. And, also, no matter what size blanket you're making, it's kind of a relatively easy way to enlarge it. Like,
Yeah.
once you get your whole center together,
To do it.
it's like you want it to be a little bit bigger. And, granted, it's not a portable project at that time, but it's a
Right.
great TV knitting
It
project.
is.
Yeah.
Or, like,
It's so pleasant.
sitting and listening to something,
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good one.
So, yeah, so I think I'm going to take some months hiatus from blanket knit-alongs. But I do love blanket knit-alongs. I've got a lot of people to make blankets for. So I'll probably start a knit one next January after the holidays. So we'll have kits together for the holidays, like towards the end of the year.
It's a good idea.
It's a good thing to let somebody know you would like to join said knit-along in January.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And then we'll kick it off in the new year. But next one will be knit. This one has been crochet.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Nice.
Yay! But what else have I done? Oh yeah.
Yeah, what else are you working on?
I brought my Franca today because I've made progress on that. Also, the recipient tried it on
And?
Good.
and it fits.
Yay!
I think it might be. It fits him in the shoulder. So this is the Franca by Coco Knits, and I made the size large for a dude, and it fits him in the shoulders, which is what's the important part.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit large around the middle because guys have this thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They do
Yeah.
taper to their hips, not.
Right. So it's a little
Go
bit bulkier on him
Like
than it is on
ladies.
me. He's bigger in the shoulders than I am, so it's like big on my shoulders, and it fits me in the waist, and it's like fits him in the shoulders, and it's big on him in the waist, whatever. So, but I stopped knitting on this just now because I'm right at the point to put pockets.
Yeah.
mhm.
So 7.5 inches from under the arm.
Nice.
Now it's time to put in
gorgeous.
pockets.
Yeah.
So
so
Really
luxurious.
love the construction so much.
Yeah,
It's so pretty.
it's lovely. So this is my progress on Franca. I should have pockets. Pocketses.
Pocketses.
By next time. And then again, it's just like super easy because the pockets are actually done all in one row. They're incorporated.
I love that.
So there's one row. The next row, I've got to pay attention and actually do the things where I'm supposed to do them. And then after that, it's again just
Like to create the opening.
Yeah,
And
create
then
it.
it's
And then you
just-
do the whole pocket. And then close up here.
I see.
Yeah. It's a very cool construction. So that is Franca. That's progress is being made. I really do need to work on my green sweater for my partner, but I have not touched that in the past 2 weeks. The story of this podcast for me is like things that are at the point where now I have to do something.
Mhm.
This one
Oh, so pretty.
is
Love
my
that.
Helen
that's
Stewart Shadow Box. I think that's the name of it, right?
Yeah, I think
Sounds
that
right.
sounds right.
Socks. And these are at the point where I have to turn a heel.
Mm.
So I took these, I think on a date night, and I just like worked on them, and then I was like, wait, I gotta stop. Because I can't do anymore without reading a pattern.
Mhm.
So these are my Helen Stewart Shadow Box socks. I'll bring them up. Yay! And this is knit in the La Bien Aimée Springtime at Yarnia. Yay! This is my leftovers from my Birds of a Feather.
Yes.
So next time, this will have a heel I will make progress.
It's so pretty.
I know. I didn't even bring my socks because I haven't done anything on them. One of my project bags is sitting there looking at me at home,
Staring.
Like,
In the meantime,
finish me.
what I don't need a pattern to do is start a sock.
There
And
you go.
Kathleen said, "Why don't we have why don't you show us a little lace on this new yarn we have in the store?"
Nice.
What a lovely transition to new in store.
Well, we still have to get Haley's webs.
Oh, that's
No, that was my one whip.
That was your web.
Yeah,
Yeah,
her
it's the-
jelly roll.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
it is
good.
good. Oh, look at this. This
at that
was actually
transition.
not planned, but ish.
It was. It was.
Yeah, no, we totally planned
Take
it.
credit, Amanda. Take credit.
Okay. Well, we got a new solid color yarn, and I have the whole Helen Stewart Sock Society. I love knitting along as they come out. Obviously, I'm a little behind because this is the first sock of my shadow box socks from May, but the June sock came out. Well, it came out like the end of May.
I love
Maybe
it.
beginning of June. I forget. Anyway, it just came out, and I like really wanted to do it, but I said, you know what? I'm just gonna skip this month. I'm gonna do next month. But then Kathleen's like, well, we need a little sock sample of this lace in the new yarn, and I'm like, well, I'll just do a lace I've already done. And then I got home and I thought about it. And was like, why don't I just start
Just
the
start
sock?
this sock.
Might
That
as well just do it.
makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
It does.
So I'm going to be agitated for a little bit until I finish a pair of socks, because now I have 3 pairs of socks on the needles. I have a pair for my partner that I started last fall and haven't finished yet. It's the first sock is done, and it's like 3/4 of the way down the leg, right? But that's still quite a bit left to do. And now I have this one my size and this one my size to do.
What's the new lacy one called?
This one is called Feather Vein.
You should
It's
show
pretty.
that lace because
I really
those
like it.
details really
Yeah.
pop in
Beautiful.
this yarn.
Beautiful.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
should also mention what this yarn is. Which
Yeah.
is
We should.
It's the thumbnail.
Jadifra Lana Mia Uni.
Which
So single color.
single
Single
color.
color
Marine.
sock yarn.
Yeah.
Super wash.
Which is
Wash.
awesome for lace. It would also be good for color work, but
Color work or heels and toes.
Oh
Yeah.
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 If you know that you have like a couple pairs of socks that you're doing, you're like,
Yeah.
let me just get this. This will be my pop of color.
Right.
And tie everything
You
together.
could do like a whole little wardrobe of different colored like multi socks with the same heels
Yeah,
and toes.
have it go
Or you know what? Or
together.
if you got 2 that work together, do like you know, one is the multi, one is
One
the
is
main,
the
and
main.
the other is the accent, and then switch them for
It's
your second
basically
pair.
like a full skein of the little babies that we have for
Yeah.
Heels and Toes.
Yeah.
but I love how nicely
It looks
like the
beautiful.
It does look really
ribbon
nice.
pops,
Yeah,
right? And the
beautiful.
eyelet, you can really see all the details.
Such good
Definitely.
stitch definition.
Yeah.
This is
Mhm.
like I think the perfect yarn for any lace or texture.
Exactly, because it shows
Like
it
the
up
cables
really well.
will really pop.
I have a couple of sock patterns in my queue from years ago when I first was making socks that this would be perfect for. That they're
Yeah.
very, you know, lots of detail, lots of, so you really
There
want
you
that
go.
solid. There you go.
I know, it's
For
like
me,
Kathleen's
I was
color.
even thinking about like the little slightly heathery gray.
I was
would be
thinking
lovely.
of this one,
Yeah.
the,
Yes.
the
Mhm.
oatmeal,
Yeah.
which I'm totally into. We all know,
Yeah,
but
that would
then
be so
I
nice.
thaught you guys would appreciate a pink better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pop of pink.
Amazing.
Who doesn't
That's
love a
a
pop
fun
of
pink
pink?
sock. Like obviously.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah,
teal.
that's why we gave that one to Jen to hold up.
Right
Yeah.
now it's like
We knew who gets
teal.
This is super wash. I have to say, like, it does not feel slippery.
Yeah.
which
No,
is-
it definitely has a little bit too.
It's pleasant
good way.
to knit
In a
with.
good
Yeah,
way.
it's really pleasant.
Nay.
I've enjoyed these. So I'm now 2 pattern repeats into the sock for Feather Vein by Helen Stewart.
Nice.
I might. I'll turn a heel first, and then I might go ahead and just switch to. I'm really enjoying
Sorry,
it.
Amanda.
I
It's
know.
enabling starting too many socks.
We're just
I
like,
know.
here's do this one, and you're like, okay.
So
It's 80% superwash wool and 20% polyamide, so these will wear really nicely
Yeah.
too. That's the nice thing. And then
I actually might just finish one sock, and then we can use it for a sample.
Yeah.
yeah,
for a
just do
while.
that.
There you go.
And then I'll get around
Yeah.
to doing the other one eventually.
Yeah.
Right, I'll
That's
fit-
fine. We don't
okay.
need a pair of socks.
have
Plan.
No, we definitely don't need
One.
a pair for the store.
This one, I'm going to finish this one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to finish this one and set this one aside. Next month.
Then
The ones
That-
that had been started.
Yes. Okay. But this
There
one
you
I'll
go.
finish first because I'm sort of like getting the lace pattern in my head, and I don't want to forget it.
Yeah. Once you.
That's the problem with
Keep
putting
going with
something
that.
down for a while is that
I'm
you're
still gonna
like,
turn
all
it.
right, now I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you got to turn the heel.
Or turn the heel.
You have to turn the heel.
Okay.
Is it heel flap?
Yes.
Oh, turn the heel. And then the fucking weight. Then you pop back. I know. I really love that in the pink. Okay, so the Judy for Lana Mio.
I can
Lana Mia. Sorry, Uni is our new in store. And we have a lovely range of solids.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing we're going to give away one of these for our question for this podcast. But we haven't talked about who won last time yet.
That's right. Okay, so
I did pull this morning. Another thing that was weird. Usually that's something I do at like midnight, 12:31. It's like we're not recording till the afternoon. I could do that.
You're like, I've got time.
You know what this
What?
also reminded me of?
What?
That a lot of the patterns in Amy's neons and neutrals would look really pretty with these.
Yeah.
Because we have neons and neutrals.
I know.
We do.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
That's what I was
It's
thinking
so
over the
true.
weekend. I was like, these would actually look really nice.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
would. Good colorway.
One of the things I'm
You could
thinking
mix
about from that is
together. Yeah, mix it with a super song.
what is it? I think it's called Punked, the one that's like the really diaphanous with the
Yes.
dots of colors.
The
Oh.
dots
This would be so
these
fun
would
for
be
that.
so pretty.
And actually, you could do socks and then add your extras to your
Yeah,
your
sure.
shots.
Leftover. All right. So what was our question last time?
So our question last time was, are you a swatcher? And you know, have you been burned if you haven't swatched? And actually, one thing we probably should have said, you know, even we don't swatch for everything. That's why Amanda was joking that she didn't swatch for the panda. Yeah, we don't swatch. Jen and I totally recommend swatching for sweaters all the time.
You're making a
wearable
sweater,
things.
something that you
Wearable
want it
things.
to fit. I don't swatch for socks.
No, I don't swatch for
I
socks.
knit them all on zeros.
I don't swatch for hats usually. I mean, sometimes, but not usually. Because honestly, you make the hat. If it doesn't fit the person you wanted it to make it for. It fits someone else. You
And,
know.
like-
So it's, and then you make another hat. But anyway.
And also like, if you want to mess around with a yarn that you haven't experimented with or you don't have any idea of what you're going to do with,
Mhm.
swatch. But
Yeah.
like, if you're like, I'm going to make a hat out of this worsted weight, just make the hat.
Yeah.
If it's something that the fit is very key and important and you
Right.
want that,
Right.
Yeah.
So our winner was, and it's so funny. I don't know why, but when I do a random number generator, I sort the comments by oldest at the bottom and newest at the top and everything. And it's often like something in the 20s, something in the 30s, maybe something in the 40s. This time we had 70 something comments, and it was one in the 70s.
Wow.
So one of our very recent commenters was our winner. And her name on YouTube is Moa Girl 5. Amanda had it below, and she said she's a pretty new knitter. She's been encouraged to swatch since the beginning, so it's something she's naturally doing, and she's sure it saved her from a lot of disappointment.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
she loves the podcast. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you for watching.
But yes,
And-
good habits start young.
Exactly. Good habit to be in. So, and again, just for everybody who said is like, don't be guilty. I mean, you do you.
Yeah.
Like Amanda, Amanda
If you're
traditionally doesn't
You're willing to rip.
swatch, and and I'm willing to rip on some things, but not others. So, but anyway, so Moa Girl 5, let us know. Your prize is a skein of the Blue Sky Fibers organic cotton or printed organic cotton, which is what Jen and I are using for our Tulsas. Take a look at what we have online. As we said, a few colors are sold out and have sold out at Blue Sky right now.
Yeah.
But we added
Yeah.
3 new colors when we
Yeah.
got our reorder.
We just
So-
restocked.
we just restocked. We actually have a decent number. So take a look, and maybe, you want to add a couple skeins and do the Tulsa tank too.
Yeah.
Because for smaller sizes, it only takes 3 skeins. So you can decide whatever you want to do with that.
Yeah.
All right, so
Um,
what should our question for today
yeah.
be?
So
what
what
should
should
our
our
giveaway
question
question
for
for today be?
what's your favorite
Mom.
panda appendage?
Yes.
It's true. I don't know. There aren't that many choices.
I mean, you got 2 choices. 3. Car.
4. No, you got left.
I guess
right,
you can
left,
go,
right.
I was going to say arms or legs.
Um,
Paws.
Left arm, right arm.
When you're
arm.
crocheting a panda, it's all one eye cord.
Right, you just go.
Yeah, and you pull it through. I do love the way those are made.
I don't
something with
know.
neons and neutrals, something with a sock pattern, something.
I like a sock pattern.
Oh, I know.
Have you?
Well, okay, because you're going away and you're packing.
Yes.
You're knitting. I have a holiday coming up. We were talking about doing a little Insta on what our
Yes.
travel
What
packing,
travel knitting,
what
yeah.
travel knitting
Bring
Are
when
you?
travel.
So if you have a trip coming up, what are you travel knitting? And if you don't, what would you
What
take?
would you?
Right.
If
Yes.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk travel
Yeah.
knitting, people.
Yes.
Yeah.
What should we pack?
What's
my bag.
what's
Yeah.
your favorite travel project?
Yeah.
What's your favorite travel project?
We're all
Yeah.
going to knit and travel vicariously
Yes.
through Haley.
Yes.
Travel vlog.
Yeah.
The travel vlog, that would be awesome.
And Ashby was hilarious when she did Vlogmas
Yes.
with you.
Yeah.
So-
It's
Oh,
the same.
are you traveling with Ashby?
Oh, is this the one
Oh,
where
She's
she's
going to France with
yeah,
Ashby
right.
and then
The,
going to London
with
separately.
the rock?
the rock one? The
Yeah.
rock person. Oh, my
Funny
goodness.
man.
Yes.
She's the pistol.
She'll be at her prime too when she's abroad.
I love it.
So-
I love it. All right, cool.
So, yeah, what's your
comment
favorite
below.
travel project? Whether you're going or not, what
Yeah.
would you pack, or what are you packing? What would you pack? And and I need to
you do from?
make some travel plans too.
Yes.
I'm going to the Cape soon,
Yeah.
but we're driving, so like
That's
I just
different.
literally take all of my bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different travel considerations.
It's a
Yeah,
different travel.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a quick business trip next week, and then traveling to Charleston for a weekend.
Ooh,
So that will be two different
two
travel knitting.
Yeah.
different options.
I don't know. I haven't looked at what their things are for the summer, but I have been thinking about the little tiny house resort that's up, like I think it's in the Catskills. It looks so
yes.
cute, and you can bring your dog. So
Dog
yeah,
that
it's
would be
dog friendly.
House, that's
So I think that'd be fun. So maybe while you're gone, Gina and I will do like a little weekend or something with Anna, because it's so hard. We hate putting her in a kennel.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's so sensitive.
She's
she
so-
really is.
She
She's
just
a
has her
tasty little
schedule.
puppy.
She likes.
Yeah, especially now that Gina's around all the time to walk her.
well,
She
more
starts
times a day
yelling
than
for
she
dinner
wants.
at 4:00. She eats at
Oh,
5.
But only to him. Only
Blue
to him.
plate special for you.
Well, she knows who's going to cave first.
Yeah, exactly.
Our cats do the same. They're like, meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not meowing at me, are you? And they're both kind of like, no, we're meowing at the children who feed us. And I'm like, good, because I'm not caving.
You got it.
I'm like,
There you
it's too early.
So
So,
Yeah,
anyway,
so we'll
thank
do
you
some
for
travel.
watching. Make sure to
Thanks.
like and subscribe and post down below so you can win your chance of your choice of Jadifra.
Yeah,
Um,
it's lovely.
It
Yeah.
really
that looks so
Well,
good.
I
I love
need- I
it.
need to
So
spend
nice.
time
So
on
nice
that.
to see it in progress. It really
It
is.
is.
You never
It
really
is.
know what you're gonna get until you start working with it.
And yeah, don't forget to follow us online. We're at shopyarnia.com, Shop Yarnia on Insta and Facebook. And you can always sign up for our newsletter by scrolling down to the bottom of any page on our website and throwing your email address in there. We send it out once a week.
Yep, and then you will know for sure. Well, like we said, we will have the summer sweater class posted, but
Yes, we'll have it posted.
yeah.
but yeah.
But then you get notifications of, like, you get an
Yeah.
email that says,
Yeah.
here's all of our summer classes,
Yeah.
of which we have many.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Right to
super
your
fun.
inbox.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
and
for
we'll see you
watching.
next time.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.